Swahili Nation fam, we are back with another recap. I am Zalalem. Let's get into it. The first story comes from Uganda. It's almost unbelievable. A man single-handedly killed a lion in a brutal battle. A courageous man has reportedly emerged victorious after a fierce battle with a lion in Iganga district in Uganda. It was gathered that he single-handedly killed the animal which showed up outside his house. The brave man sustained serious injuries during the fight and is said to have been taken to the hospital after he killed the lion. Like what? How is this even possible? And if you looked at the picture, the man doesn't look like he works out a lot, so good for him. But let's just imagine going outside of our house and meeting a lion face to face. Secondly, imagine having to fight for your life with an actual lion, and it's not like you're prepared because you don't expect to see a lion. You don't come out with a gun, if you have one, that is. So this man showed courage and he obviously got out of the situation alive. We hope to hear more from the situation and we want to know how he did it because it sounds incredibly crazy. How is it possible for a man to fight with a lion barehanded and win? That's insane to me, but anything is possible with our African men, I guess. British Airways flight gets banned by the government of Mali. A British Airways flight bound to land in Accra on Friday, April 8 has returned to London following airspace restrictions in Bamako, Mali. So basically, the flight was supposed to be from London to Mali, and then after Mali, they will go to Ghana. That was the final destination, but the Malian government, the junta, refused for that flight to land in Mali, so they had to return back to London, and a lot of people are not happy about this, the British as well as Ghanaians. The reason why the Ghanaian government was not happy about this is because the final destination was Ghana and that flight was carrying a lot of Ghanaians, and obviously that is an inconvenience and also dangerous because that plane is not going to carry a lot of fuel. They will only carry what is required, and once they are told you have to go back, now they have to figure out a way how to go to that country, fuel, and then go back to where they came from, which was London. So I understand why the Ghanaian authorities were annoyed at this move, but there's a speculation that the Malian government did this to make a statement. For the longest time now, they have been going through a lot because of the coup. There's a sanction that was put on them by the ECOWAS. They felt betrayed. Not just that, the UN Security Council right now wants an investigation, and they also want to put on sanctions on them. So I understand why they're also a bit skeptical of the people or the nations around them as well as the Western nations. So unfortunately, this is only going to escalate if they're not going to sit down and talk, especially with the ECOWAS leaders. We're going to see what's going to happen, but obviously that's not ideal. Ideally, we would want to come together and fix our problems before putting on sanctions on each other. Spanish club terminates a Nigerian football star's contract for playing in the African Cup. Nigerian football star Kelechi Nwokali, whose contract was recently terminated by Spanish football club, has opened up on the facts surrounding the issue. According to him, the club decided to terminate the contract because he refused their proposal not to play at the AFCON, which they described as not being an important tournament. He said, quote, "In December 2021, I experienced the biggest honor of my life after I received a full international call-up for my beloved Nigeria, but the joy of this moment quickly came crashing down when the club's sporting director put pressure on me to not go and play in AFCON. He told me if I go to AFCON, I will not play for the Spanish club." He added that a disciplinary action was taken against them, denying him access to the training ground and the reception of treatment. How can they get away with this? They are firing their football star because he decided to play for Nigeria in the African Cup in his free time, in his own time. It's not like he's taking resources from them. It's not like he's missing out on his job. Like, sometimes I feel like these leagues believe that they own these African players, like own them. I know they pay them, but that just means they're your employees. That doesn't make them your slaves. I don't understand how in this day and age, in 2022, a Spanish club can fire someone because they decided to play for their country of origin, which is Nigeria. I hope he sues them, and I hope he gets a lot of money for this. Anglo-American faces a major legal battle over claims that one of its mines in Zambia poisoned 100,000 people, including babies, pregnant women, and children. In the latest scandal to rock a top mining company, a class action lawsuit has been filed against the FTSE 100 group in South Africa. But the boss Mark KiIIs has slammed the case as opportunistic and completely misdirected, and the company insists it was never responsible for the site. This kind of allegation should be taken seriously. This happens way more often than we think, and the only few that we've heard about, we don't hear justice being served. So, the more we let this slide, the more we allow this international companies, big corporations to come into our country and our continent in general and just do as they please, benefit, take our resources, and hurt our environment and the people that are living in it, it's only going to get worse. They're only going to take advantage of us. So I believe it needs to be taken seriously. 100,000 people is not a small number. It's significant enough for them to do a thorough investigation. DRC appoints Jean-Claude Van Damme as an ambassador. Hollywood actor Jean-Claude Van Damme has been appointed to promote the Democratic Republic of Congo on the global scene. His new role as cultural, youth, and wildlife ambassador is to use his fame and popularity to advance Congolese culture and enhance the protection of forests and Congolese natural beauty. Van Damme expressed his excitement upon receiving the Congolese diplomatic job from the Deputy Foreign Minister, Sami Adubango, on behalf of President Felix. Okay, about this. Well, I get it. I get why countries in Africa choose these international stars, actors, singers, famous people to come and become their ambassador so that they, become a face for them in the international community. And I get the appeal. But my thing is, like, aren't there any Africans that are global, that made it internationally, that are successful in their own rights? I believe so. I think there are many Africans that can be used. Even if it's not just Africans, there are so many like African Americans or Caribbeans or Black British that are huge that we can use for our countries, for tourism, for whatever reason that that country wants that person to be the face of. But my thing is, first of all, Van Damme is like old school. It's not, I don't know how many people like this generation don't even know who he is. So I don't get the appeal. Maybe it's a budget thing. I don't know. Maybe DRC didn't have the budget to get like the new famous, actor like The Rock or something like that. But the second thing is, I just wish we hired people that looked like us. That's just only right, I think. And I can give you another example. Just last year, there was this drama in Kenya. The same thing, like they've picked an ambassador and the ambassador was Naomi Campbell. At least, I'm not mad at that choice because Naomi Campbell really loved Kenya and she even had a house, or she still has a house in Mombasa, and she promotes Kenya even without being paid for it. So I get why they chose her. But Kenya has Lupita Nyong'o. Just imagine, Lupita is international. She's a big deal wherever you go in the world. So I remember Kenyans started making noise on social media and like, how about Lupita? How about Lupita? And then I believe the tourism minister had to come out and say, we reached out to Lupita, but she didn't respond back to us. That's why we didn't pick her. And Lupita came out and she's like, Where did you reach out? Like, you never did. So that looks bad on the government. That means they never even considered their own. Like, Lupita Nyong'o is Kenyan and she's famous. She is a good representation for Kenya. If your people are making it that big, why not make them an ambassador? Because if you're hiring these people as ambassadors to spread the news about your country or have a good image about your country, she's the best representation. Like, she can be that face for you, but they never even reached out to her. So that's what I mean by, I wish our governments really thought about their decisions before they make them. That's all I have to say about this. Anyways, Swahili Nation family, let us know down below what your thoughts are about these topics that we just discussed. I will see you on the next one. Bye.